Good evening. Thanks for tuning in to Injustice Investigations. I'm Al Scott. This is breaking news, once again coming to you from out of Chicago. Wow. Just as I was sitting at the desk doing more research on R.Kelly's case, an email alert came that there was a press conference given in New York City from Attorney Gloria. A gentleman says he was cleaning house, won't say what part of the house he was cleaning, when he ran across a box of VHS tapes. Some of these tapes had the name R.Kelly written on them. He popped it in thinking he was going to see an R.Kelly concert. Instead, he saw R.Kelly performing, but he wasn't on stage. New tape has surfaced today with R.Kelly having sex with underage girls. Not an underage girl, underage girls. So which simply means it was more than one. They won't say how many. Asked if it was R.Kelly on the tape by the media, the attorney and the gentleman that found the tape says it appears to be R.Kelly on the video, and he is coaching the girl on what to do and what to say, and it appears that he is also in control of the camera as well. R.Kelly is out on bond. A $100,000 bond was posted a couple of weeks ago on the 10-count indictment. He went to jail 3 days ago for failure to pay child support. Someone stepped up again and paid that bill, which is over $160,000. So, it's just a matter of time. R. Kelly could be arrested today, tonight, tomorrow. It's just a matter of time. And as I said, I was working on some things about R. Kelly and what the feds are looking into when we got this alert. And even from researching on this here, I knew that it's just a matter of time before R. Kelly gets arrested. Rochelle Davis says, "Good afternoon, I'm late. Is it true that Jay-Z got him out?" I don't know if Jay-Z got him out. All I can tell you is what I've heard. What you probably heard is an anonymous person got him out. I hadn't heard anything about Jay-Z getting him out. The only thing I know about Jay-Z is that when they asked him when this first started about R. Kelly, and he simply said, "I have no comment." So this is new to me with what you're saying. I have to go and look into it, but I haven't heard that one yet. But also, I've been trying to rest today, too. So if it's out there, I haven't seen it yet. Just as I was doing my own research on R. Kelly and the feds investigating him, that's when the email popped up that another tape has been found. The press conference was held in New York City. It was a black couple. Again, the guy says he thought he was finna watch an R. Kelly tape in concert. Well, R. Kelly again was performing, but he wasn't performing in concert. Those tapes have since been turned over to the proper authorities, and so they really didn't tell us a whole lot. Just that some tapes was found in a box. But my thing is, you have to look at this as suspect. I mean, it's almost like there is a set date and time set to release every damn tape that involves R. Kelly. The tapes that was released today will not be the last. So it's like a game here that someone is playing with R. Kelly. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm saying he's not guilty. I mean, if he's on there and he's doing it, then guess what? He's guilty. But you have to ask yourself, something else is behind this. They just keep popping up. Something's just not right. I mean, just out of nowhere, they pop up. So I'm going to give you a little bit of what I was working on earlier today. That feds are looking into possible sex trafficking crimes, and an indictment against R. Kelly on these crimes could come any day now. Investigators have been working around the clock. They are targeting people, and this is what I said from the minute we started covering this case. They are now targeting people who worked for R. Kelly, who helped facilitate and arrange meetings with these little girls. The ones who drove the limos, who rented the vehicles, who got the airline tickets, hotels, and things of that nature. They have been questioning them like around the clock. So now, don't think that R. Kelly is the only somebody that's going to be doing some prison time if he is found guilty. There are some more people that are going to be doing prison time along with R. Kelly. The people that helped him are just as guilty as R. Kelly himself. And even one of the federal agents says something is just really not right. You know, nobody knew anything. But this went on for about 30 years. Okay, I see someone says it's funny how all these tapes suddenly popping up, and it makes one think. I don't know how long you've been watching Mike Wells, but I basically just said the same thing. It's suspect, you know. It doesn't excuse R. Kelly. None, at least, it does not excuse him. But it's suspect. Not only that, all these sexual acts are on VHS. I'm wondering why R. Kelly didn't start using DVDs. I mean, you see what I'm saying? I mean, we're through with the VHS. So we done advanced. And I know these tapes are from long gone. But if these tapes from years ago are popping up, and if he was still indulging in such diabolical acts, I know damn well they're on DVD. I mean, it's just common sense. Who has the tapes? Miss Grace, good afternoon to you. Who's been keeping the tapes? Why have you been keeping the tapes? Have you watched the tapes? Something's just not adding up. One of the girls said when they would get through having sex, he would let his male friends, watch the tapes. Okay, now listen. I'm not a cop, but I know for a fact if I sit down and watch child pornography, that I can be arrested. So those that are sitting watching the tapes that R. Kelly has given to them with him engaging in sexual acts with minors are just as guilty as R. Kelly. You're sitting there watching it. So again, I look for more indictments to be handed down real soon. Federal investigations who's over this, which is led by Homeland Security, have also met with Jocelyn Savage parents who have turned over some solid information. They won't say everything that's been turned over, but they do tell us this, that they have met with investigators and they have some physical evidence, photos, tape, text messages, and plane tickets. So those are solid pieces of evidence. But I'm just baffled as they keep popping up. Every week a new tape pops up. So it's like there's a set time to send them out. So something else is going on here. I'm thinking that it was, I said the other day, blackmail gone bad. You know, somebody says, I wonder if these tapes are so old that the No, we thought, yeah, that's a good question, Mr. Wells. The statute of limitation has not ran out. I got to pull that up for you too, so I'll make sure I'm telling you right. But I think it has to be 20 years after said time or whatever. So when I do the next video, I'm going to try to have that for you all. But I do know that this statute of limitations is out. You can lay that down because he's not nowhere near close to that expiring on him, so to say. I'm going to go out on a limb and say not only will R. Kelly be arrested real soon, R. Kelly will not see freedom ever again. He just won't. He won't. And I'm not being ugly. I'm not trying to be the judge of the jury. But when you look at what keeps popping up, and then I know what the prosecutor's going to say and what the judge is going to say. To a degree, they don't give a damn how they popping up. They just want it. And so it's going to happen. It's going to happen, because he has taken some girls across the state line. Some people have picked these girls up at the airports, taking them to his concerts, taking them to the hotel. So now, if you think you're going to sit there and not do any jail time like R. Kelly, you're a fool with a problem. You will be arrested. This is getting ridiculous. All these tapes just keep popping up, and they all VHS. It just makes no earthly damn sense. I'm sure R. Kelly knows who has the tapes. I remember one girl saying that after they got through having sex, that he gave the tapes to one of his brothers, and then they put them out, bootleg videos, and they were labeled R. Kelly XXX, I think. And so she was upset about that, but she kept making the tapes with him too. Rosalind, Jocelyn Savage, and the other girl, Azariah, I think that's her name. The two that live with R. Kelly. The two that are supporting R. Kelly 100%. Well, my sister Lynn pointed out something the other day that I didn't see. And if you look at past photos of these girls, they dress like young girls. It's not the conservative look or whatever. They dress like little young girls. And they are young girls, 21, 23. Well, that day, they both had on business suits. And my baby sister Lynn made a joke. All they needed was a briefcase. And she came to the conclusion that R. Kelly told them how to dress. There was no open-toe shoes or nothing. From neck down, they were dressed conservative. And that's not really them. And the girl, I think her name is Azariah, I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly, is the one that went off on Gayle when Gayle was asking about them engaging in three-way sex. Well, and I'm paraphrasing, we're not here to talk about my personal life, because I know you want to talk about yours. I'm sure Gayle wouldn't, because she's a lady. But in all fairness, that's why Gayle was there, because of your sex life that's been made public. So I think it was very rude and disrespectful for her to go off on Gayle like that. We know you're having sex in threesomes. We know that. We just wanted you to say it. Jocelyn was about to say it, but she cut her off. It's none of your business. I'm not here to discuss that. That's why we're here to talk about you and R. Kelly in the bedroom freaky and shit. That's why we're here. But R. Kelly was supposed to be out of the room. No, murder is not the only crime where there's no, murder is the only crime where there's no statute of limitations, is what she's saying. Yes, okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, murder is that, and yeah, but the question was earlier is that had the sharing of these tapes to the authorities come out too late, which simply means that the statute of limitations done expired on bringing them up. And no, the statute of limitations has not expired, So yes, murder is the only crime with no statute of limitations and stuff. But the question was, had time expired? So which simply means that if the statute of limitation had expired on these and you bring them up, then you can't try them. But they're nowhere close to that. So he's still in the hot seat, so to say. Hello, Miss Douglas, Miss Willis. Thank you all for tuning in today. Before I go, let me update you real quick. A new tape has surfaced. A guy was cleaning his house. He didn't say what room. Found a box full of VHS tapes. Some of them had R. Kelly's name written on them. He popped one in. Thought he was getting ready to watch a R. Kelly concert. Yes, Sheila, we know statutes of limitations vary by state. Thank you for sharing that with us. And he did get to see R. Kelly perform, but he saw R. Kelly performing not on stage, but in the bedroom with underage girls, and he was telling them what to do and what to say, and he was also, the guy said, appeared to be in control of the camera as well. We look for well, here's why I disagree with you on that. I understand what you're saying, Jacqueline Johnson. I feel that she answered the question to Gayle in an appropriate manner. And I don't, for the simple fact that she could have said it in another way. We'll go there. But it's about sex. That's what we're talking about. So that's what Gayle was trying to get to, because that's what she was there for. So she could have answered it in another way, and it would have, been fine. But she was very rude when she answered it. Yes, your personal life is on stage right now. That's why we're here. You may not want to talk about it, but that's why we're here, because of your personal sex life with R. Kelly. Now, so when she go into the courtroom, she can sit there and tell them that she's not going to answer and see what happens then. So that's why Gayle brought that question up, because we didn't come into your bedroom. You brought it to us. When you laid there and you engaged in sex with him, and you let him pee all over you, and now you're still there. So that's why Gayle asked that question, because the public wants to know. We know you're doing three ways. That's just yes, yes, yes. We are, and that's it. But with those two ladies, there's another reason why I believe that they're standing behind R. Kelly 100%. Because we know he's just about completely broke. But here's the thing. If he goes to prison, because he still has some money coming in, but if he goes to prison, where would they go? They would have to walk the walk of shame, and they don't want to do that. They would have to go back probably to stay with family, and they don't want to do that because it's embarrassing. So whatever we can do to make sure he don't go, because we done got accustomed to a certain way of living. I won't call my parents. I won't text him or nothing. And so you don't want to leave that right now, because you got accustomed to that. Allegedly, Robert K. was right. Yes, Carolyn. Yeah, I think I said that a little while ago. You're absolutely 100% right. When Gayle was speaking with the producers and his people, she asked to speak with the girls without R. Kelly being in the room. And his people agreed to that, and so he left out. Now, during the course of Gayle interviewing the two ladies, Gayle heard somebody go, and so when she looked back, they had snuck R. Kelly back in. And so when R. Kelly came back in, he wasn't supposed to be in there. And when he was making those sounds, the girls knew what to say and what not to say from him making those sounds in the back. And so that in itself makes it worse for R. Kelly, because if there was, if you haven't done anything wrong, then why did you come back in there with your signals on how to say this and how to say that? Okay, again, Sheila says she thought it was totally disrespectful. Young ladies, I agree with Jacqueline that the details of what they did and if not most the person involved was totally out of line. Well, I understand you what you're saying, Sheila, but I totally disagree. It was appropriate because of what's going on here. R. Kelly is not on trial for burglary, robbery. R. Kelly is on trial for sex crimes against underage girls. And so she was just trying to get inside the bedroom. That's where we at anyway. I'm just saying, if you his girlfriend and she say his girlfriend, she his girlfriend. So two women sitting together saying they R. Kelly's girlfriend. R. Kelly said they his babies. So you say, yes, I'm his girlfriend. What you say? Yes, I'm his girlfriend. Y'all having three-way sex? That's all it was. Jocelyn was getting ready to say yes. The other one, that's none of your business. I mean, you made it our business. You made it our business. So the Carolyn Cherry, sexual allegations. That's it. So sexual allegations. That's why we're interviewing you. That's why we're sitting here. That's why Gayle's there. Because it's about sex. So no, I'm not going to answer that, Gayle. I have no comment. That would have been the appropriate way to answer it. Now, if you want to have an attitude, it's okay to be pissed about what's going on, but you need to be pissed with your damn self and with R. Kelly. Gayle was just basically doing her job. She's a reporter. And she was just trying to get to the truth because they was dancing around the damn issue. Oh, we go out to eat together. We go to the grocery store. Yes, damn well I ain't talking about no grocery store. Are y'all in the bed together having sex? It's as simple as that. So don't play this Alice in Wonderland innocent shit. We're just asking. They are trying to protect their bread and butter. That's all they're doing. But I don't think that either has been brainwashed, especially Jocelyn Savage. Her parents said she's been brainwashed. I totally disagree with that. I think it got to a point to where she just adapt. She's not brainwashed. She just adapt to that way of living. And then she thought somewhere throughout, her time with Kelly, why would my mother and father do this? Because all they did was pimp her out. That's it. The parents became the pimp, and they made the daughter out to be the hoe, and they sold the daughter to the highest bidder, which was who? R. Kelly. And that was okay for a minute with the girls because this is R. Kelly. I'll do whatever R. Kelly wants to do. It don't bother me just to be in his presence, just to have this and just to have that. But then one day down the line, she was sitting by herself and said, so my parents pimped me out. And so as much as she loved them still, she hated them for what they did to her. They sold their daughter to the highest bidder. At that particular time, the highest bidder was a self-proclaimed Pied Piper himself, Robert Sylvester Kelly. And so this trial is about sex of underage girls. So if you sit down to give an interview, whether you want to answer that question or not, it's going to come up because it's about sex. Now, it may offend them or whatever. Oh, well, that's just life. It's going to come up. So, no, I don't want to answer. That's all you have to say. But to go off on somebody just because they're asking a question, I mean, that makes you look super damn stupid. And that's just my opinion. Kelly ain't broke either. Okay, I don't know if he's, from what I've seen, he's broke. If he's got some money stashed, I don't know anything about it. And you don't know anything about it either. We don't know. We're guessing that he has money, but maybe you do. I don't know. But that's something we can't say for a fact. He has money. We can't say that. We can't say it for a fact that he's broke. But we do know one damn thing. He's losing a lot of things. He's lost 2 homes in the past 24 months for non-payment. He was behind on the studio rent. So if he's got money, well, he's got a funny damn way of showing it because he's not working anymore. All concerts are being canceled because of what's going on right now. And this video was supposed to be 10 damn minutes. So I got to go eat because I'm hungry. And again, a new tape has surfaced, and it's against R. Kelly of him having sex with not an underage girl, but underage girls. The press conference was in New York City. The tape has been turned over to the proper authorities. When, and I was saying when, because I'm positive, when R. Kelly gets arrested again, I doubt if they're going to give him a bail. I doubt. I think this time they're going to hold him without bail. And right now he's looking at 70 years state time. Okay, we'll stop right there. Now, the feds are investigating him for sex trafficking crimes, along with those who helped him pull it off. So if you got the 70 years, and then you got the feds got to come in with their time and stuff. So the bottom line is R.Kelly is going to be put so far in the damn prison system, you're going to have to pump daylight to him. Love your show, my brother. Mike Wells, you always watch my show, and I love you too, and I appreciate you watching. Thank you, and I hope you continue to do so. One lady says, why are these tapes coming out? Let me see this lady's name. Do I sound like I know that lady, Yvette Archie? Yeah, that's my sister. I have no idea. We talked about that a little while ago, why they keep coming up. And it's like it's a set time for each tape to come out. And before you came, Yvette, I asked the question, why we don't have any DVDs? Because if he was doing them on VHS, I know damn well we got some on DVDs right now. So it's almost like that's a setup. It don't excuse him. It does not excuse him. But I'm saying you have to put something in your mind and go like, well, who keep finding these damn tapes? And who's had these tapes this long? And what were you doing with them? Because truth be told, I mean, depending upon who had them and how long they had them, you may have to bring charges against them. Because we're talking about what? Child pornography. So it's something else, that's going on here. This is, it sounds like people are working together. Exactly. Somebody says, thank you so right about that. You are welcome, sweetness. Thank you kindly. So we have to look at that. That's suspect as well. But again, Jocelyn Savage family is working close with the feds. They have turned over some what they call solid information, text messages, phone records, airline tickets, and some other things that they will not say that they have turned over to federal investigators. But the feds have said that more people will be indicted because they played a part in helping R. Kelly pull this off. And some of us should have knew that from day one, that it was impossible for R. Kelly to pull this off for almost 30 years. One last thing I'm going to say, I wrote this down this morning, that when Gayle was interviewing R. Kelly, and sometimes he's a genius in the industry, in the music industry, but when you're just talking with him, you know that he's somewhat slow, but at least that's what I perceived. And Gayle was talking about people who they need help, and he said, I need help too, and I'm paraphrasing. And so he said it twice, and Gayle said, what do you need help with? So it's almost like now he's trying to think of an answer, right? And then here's what R. Kelly said he needed help with. I need help. I need somebody to teach me not to have a big heart. God damn, R. Kelly, that's a little boy answer. Because I'm so good to people, and they're always backstabbing me. R. Kelly was trying to play the victim. In many ways, in that show, he was trying to play the victim. Somebody says, who keeps that kind of shit? Tickets, videos? Whoa. Yvette's 1,000,000% right. Who keeps it? Only somebody keeps things like that. Perverts and people with hidden agendas. Now remember what Azrael said her daddy told her to do. And she said this more than once in public. I want you to have sex with R. Kelly on tape. I want you to have sex with R. Kelly on tape so we can blackmail his ass. So there was a plan from day one. Yes, Sweetness says you got to remember he's a little boy in a grown man's body. You are absolutely right about that. Sheila People said blackmailers. I agree with you 1,000,000,000%. That's all. It's about the money. And later this coming week, we're gonna take you inside some of those parents' finances, and hopefully we can start tying some things together, because some of those parents didn't have nothing. They had nothing. They had one car. Both parents was working, but they was barely getting by. Shortly after they pimped their daughters out to the self-proclaimed Pied Piper himself, 2 nice vehicles, brand new home in the suburbs. You add up their yearly income together, they couldn't afford gas for one of them damn vehicles. R. Kelly said it too. R.Kelly said what I've been saying from day one, and nobody believed that they pimp their daughters out to me. But when the money stopped, that's when they got to talking. R.Kelly said that out of his mouth. And I believe him. I believe him. And that's why Jocelyn Savage's parents are trying to stay in front of the cameras. When they get to the point where they start accusing them of pimping their daughter out, why would we do that? We've been working with state police. We've been working with the FBI. Yeah. You're trying to paint yourself as the perfect parents, and you're not. Your daughter said it on national TV that y'all sold her. Y'all sold her to R. Kelly. And that's why you want to get her back to the house, so you can try to get her to get on your side. Jocelyn Savage is not a little girl anymore. I'm going to say it again. Jocelyn Savage is not a little girl anymore. And she has not been brainwashed by R. Kelly. Your daughter just adapted to that environment. That's what she did. She adapted to it. She ain't been brainwashed. Y'all want her back because if anybody can send you to prison until Jesus comes, it's your own daughter. And you know it. And so that's why you're trying to get her over there on their side. And someone just said, I couldn't get their name. It said, Miss Grace says, they all align to some extent. You look, that's it. If you don't say nothing else today, you just preach. They are. Every last one of them align to some extent. When Jocelyn Savage's father said he never met R. Kelly, I believe he lied. I believe he lied. He said R. Kelly told him on the phone, respect the process. You can't see your daughter now. And he just hung up. What daddy just hang up? Then I go, I can't see my daughter. I got to respect the process. I believe that like I believe the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan has a dream of his white daughter saying, I do to a black man. Everybody's lying. There's a little truth, but a whole lot of lying. A whole lot of lying. And in a little while, you're going to see some more indictments handed down. So we're going to keep a close watch on this case, and if anything else develops throughout today, and you never know, it just might, we will break in and let you all know what's going on. But again, a new tape has surfaced, and it's not good for R. Kelly. Federal investigators, it's possible, could hand down some indictments any day now on R. Kelly and some other people on sex trafficking charges. I'm Al Scott with Injustice Investigations. You all enjoy your Sunday.